Alright, so I've never done this sort of thing, but for this season of Vbl-N, I'm gonna review my team or my draft and just talk about it, I guess. So I did steal the UGA team sheet because I didn't feel like making a new one. So yeah, let's get into my draft. I had the 15th pick. So that's like second to last because there's 16 teams in this league. And yeah, let's go to my first pick, which is Zeraora for S tier. Going into the draft, I didn't really have a plan. I just had three mons that I really wanted to draft, and those were Zeraora, Mega Gardevoir, and Alolan Muck. Like, I went into the draft just that was my plan, just drafting those three, and the rest I'll just make it up as I go along. But yeah, I managed to get Zeraora for my first round. I think it kind of went unnoticed. Like, all right, let's look here at Smoothpool. You got. Let's look at stats. It's really fast, and unlike the other two speed control, like fast speed control mons, like Reggie and what do you call it? Where is it? Pheromosa. It doesn't really compromise on its defenses. Like 50 and what is this 37, but then you look at Zeraora and it's at set 80, 75, 88. That's pretty good. And it like survives hits. It doesn't need focus sash. You can give it something else. As for the move pool, it's got like so much coverage. Like you look at this. It has play rough, close combat, drain punch, power up punch, throat chop. And it's got like all the electric moves you can think of. Plasma Fist is crazy good. Like it's basically immune to normal types as well as electric types with Plasma Fist. You got Blaze Kick, Fire Punch. Uh as for special, it's like less special coverage, but Grass Knot, Aura Sphere, Discharge, Full Switch, Electro Whip. And then it gets Snarl. Like, I don't know why this thing gets Snarl, but it does, and that just makes it so much better. Uh, yeah, I mean it gets like Taunt, it gets Full Switch. It's just overall a great mon. I don't know. Yeah, like oh, it gets coaching. They give it coaching in Gen 8. I don't know why, but it doesn't really need it, but there you go. Yeah, it gets scary face as well. So if like something's immune to electro webs, you can just run scary face. I think it gets low sweep. Was it low kick? No, it was that fighting move that like lowers speed. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, low speed. Or yeah, low sweep. So you got multiple ways to reduce speed. You got snarl, you got I don't know, you got coaching. It can fake out. It can run support. And its defenses are not bad. It can survive hits. But you can also just run like I don't know, like specs with Volt Switch, or you can run Banded. Anyways, let me move on to the next one. I think I spent a lot of time talking about Zeraora. So the next round I picked Mega Gardevoir. There's no Mega thing on this team sheet, so I just put it there. But yeah, Mega Gardevoir. I think everyone knows what Gardevoir or Mega Gardevoir does, and like anyone playing BDSP knows what Gardevoir does, and Mega Gardevoir is just better. Like like we all know that it gets insane coverage, huge move pool. You can run like full on hyper offense. You can run support. I don't know. It gets so many things. So it takes way too long to talk about. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I think with Zero Aura giving speed control next to it and fake out pressure, it's super good. And it gets Encore. So I don't know, you can do some you can do some weird stuff with Encore, especially in non-max. Like, yeah. Anyways, next mon. Yeah, I don't really want to spend too much time talking about Mega Gardevoir because I feel like everyone already knows what it does. It's not like Zero Aura where it's a random mythical. But yeah, let's go on to round 3, and I got Pelipper. So my thought process with this was I wanted a Tailwind user, and I wanted a good water type that can resist steel moves. And the choices in B2 were either Gyarados or Pelipper, but I decided to go with Pelipper because I also wanted to use Seismitoad, but that'll come later. Anyways, but yeah, and also Pelipper gets Tailwind where Gyarados doesn't, and it gets like Wide Guard too and Roost. It's a better support, and I already have good offense with Gardevoir and Zeraora. At this point, I don't really need the I don't really need the extra offense from Gyarados. Uh, like I think Pelipper is also pretty, like, it's not underrated. People know what it does. It definitely gets better in non-max because you can't really change the weather that easily. Uh, Wide Guard is better. It gets U-turn, and yeah, I don't really know what else to say. It's Pelipper. It does what it does. Sets up Tailwind, sets up Rain, and then it just spams Hurricane. Yeah. Next pick is Hitmontop. It was in B tier. Intimidate works really nicely for Gardevoir, especially fighting type Intimidate. Like, you get all those steel types that want to hit Gardevoir. Yeah, they're like, they don't really want to go up against him on top. They're gonna get intimidated, close combated. I think him on top is another mon that, like, everyone knows what it does. It gets fake out, feint, um, all this random stuff. Like, it gets so much priority. It gets wide guard, quick guard. It gets bullet punch. Like, it's like the perfect mon to protect Gardevoir. I think you got the quick guard for the bullet punches. You got like wide guard for other stuff. I don't know. It gets helping hands. It gets fake out. It gets feint. I think it's a really great partner for Gardevoir, and it's really nice. I don't. There's like nothing else to say about it. And even like Technician, some weeks, I don't know. I can bring Technician. It gets like triple axle. It gets, what's the other move? Like triple kick, fake out, mock punch. It's not a bad Technician mon. But yeah, let's go to the next one, and it's Marowak. I think this is another B tier. So this is my first like slow mon, and I don't know, this season I was kind of just picking mons that I like, or that I've used before that I like, and Marowak's pretty cool. It's a nice it's got lightning rod, which is nice for the rain for Pelipper. Its typing is really good for like things that threaten Gardevoir. You got like it like wells the fire types, the steel types, the poison types, and even the bug types, I guess. But yeah, it just does big damage. Works in Trick Room. It gets random support moves like Ally Switch. Uh, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this. It, like, Thick Club gives it a huge attack stat, and it gets really strong moves like Flare Blades, Poltergeist, Bone Meringue. Yeah, it's just It's a decent mon. It might get like it's the only downside is that it's at a weird speed stat. It might be too slow for Trick Room sometimes, but I don't know. With this team, I'm not really making a Trick Room team. It's more of just a kill things team. I don't know. It's more of just like set up Gardevoirs so I can kill things like either in the beginning of the game or in the end of the game. And the rest of the team kind of benefits from that. Like yeah, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I don't know, if you get the idea then. I don't know, it's never gonna be my main sweeper, it's probably just gonna be something that like gets like 1 or 2 kills and does its job. It tanks hits. Like it's pretty bulky. 110 defense. That works really nicely, especially since it resists everything Gardevoir is weak to. And well, except for Ghost, but I like next pick we'll talk about that. But yeah, I don't I don't really know what else to say about Marowak. It does what it does, and it does it decently well. Next pick we've got Muck. This is one of the 3 mons that I wanted, and I picked it pretty late. I think it's another underrated mon. It was in C tier. I really think it should be in B tier. Like this thing is super good. Acid armor. Like okay, look at these stats. 100, 100, 75, 100. This thing is not dying in one hit anytime soon. And you got gluttony for like berries. It gets recycle. It's not dying anytime soon. Like you need to double it and just hope it doesn't protect. This thing will like curse. This thing will acid armor. This thing will it gets yeah, I mean it gets snarl too, so and its special attack stat is super high. Its speed is it's alright, but like with 1 or 2 curses, it's gonna outspeed things in Trick Room and even like not in Trick Room. You can give it some speed investment so that Tailwinds or Electro Web stuff will help it outspeed, but it doesn't need to outspeed anything. Like I don't know, it's just this is like one of those mons that is just really annoying and doesn't die, and that's why I drafted it because I don't remember which team had it, but I remember trying like prepping against this thing and it just wouldn't die. It's just so good. You can give it Black Sludge and or a berry with recycle. Poison touch is nice because like its damage output is low, but if it gets poison, if it poisons things, then it doesn't really need to do damage. Knockoff is good. I think I talked about Snarl. It gets taunt, so you can't really set up. But yeah, like it gets what's that move? Yeah, it gets Clear Smog Haze. So even if you do get set up on it, it's not gonna work. It gets Foul Play, doesn't have to run attacking EVs. Gets Acid Spray, which is good. Works well with Mega Carnivore. It gets yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Like this thing is super good. Yeah. Also, it resists ghost and poison. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm overrating it a little bit, but I really like this one. I think it's one of those hidden gems. Um, yeah, I mean it gets fire coverage too, so it's not walled by steel types. Anyways, let's go to the next one. It's for it. So I picked my D tier a little early. Oh, I didn't mention it, but I think round 2 or 3, I was gonna pick Genesect for my A tier, but James picked it, and he sniped the Genesect from me, and after that, I didn't care about the A tier anymore. There wasn't anything in the A tier that I wanted, so I just moved on, just went to the like lower tiers like the B and the C. Anyways, yeah, I got the ferret. Since I was only getting one S tier and I had Mega Gardevoir, it gave me like 25 points. I didn't really need like I didn't have to take any more D tiers, so I figured I'll just take one of the better ones now and I don't have to worry about it later. So, and yeah, I didn't think anyone was gonna take like my later picks like Seismitoad. I didn't care about the A tiers. The only one I really wanted was Genesect. So I figured I'll just take my D tier now and get that good value. Gets Follow Me, gets Brisk. Really good ability. But yeah, this thing is just Follow Me, but I don't really know what else to say. I think it gets Super Fang. Yeah. Gets Super Fang, gets Baby Doll Eyes. Charm. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Helping Hand. Nah, yeah. But that's it. It's a D tier that does like three things really well. Also, normal type helps with the ghost weakness. Um, yeah, like I compare this with Mega Gardevoir, and fighting types are not gonna have a good time. So, or ghost types. Yeah, that's the D tier. Then next pick I picked Seismitoad. This is the Rain Sweeper that goes with Pelipper, but it's also got Water Absorb. So depending on the matchup, I can run either if I don't want to like set Rain for my opponent. Uh, I think this mon is also like overlooked. It's not really talked about a lot. When you think about Rain Sweepers, you think of like Ludicolo or what's the other one? Kingdra. Yeah, I don't know. I think this mon's better than Kingdra. I don't think it's better than Ludicolo, but definitely better than Kingdra. Cause like Kingdra has like 95 in all stats, but this also has 95 attack, 85 attacks. Not as good, but I don't know. I think this mon's much better than Kingdra. You got a much better move pool. Like you get knockoff, you get earthquake, you get it doesn't get high horse, but you get rock slide, you get fighting moves, you get ice punch, power whip, and then on the special side you get stuff like scald, hydro pump, grass knot, bug splash, earth power. I think it works really well with Pelipper because you can just spam earthquake next to it while Pelipper goes for like tailwind or whatever. But yeah, uh it gets after you. I didn't know that. It gets after you. And there you go. You get after you with something that's fast in rain. Yeah, this thing has a really good coverage. And I think it's really good value for a C tier, for a rain sweeper in C tier. It does what like it covers like Pelipper and Seismitoad cover each other really well. Like you got Pelipper for the Grassmons. Like yeah, you're gonna bring Grassmon for Seismitoad, but then you just get Hurricane by Pelipper. And Seismitoad takes care of like electric types and rock types for Pelipper. Yeah, let's go to the next one, which is Reggie Steel. So I needed a good steel type since Genesect got taken. And I was looking at the like what's available. I saw Reggie Steel. For some reason I thought Reggie Steel was an A tier, but then I looked like later once the draft was finished, I looked at my team again, and Reggie Steel is actually in B tier. I really thought it was an A tier, and I ended up with like 25 points left over. But yeah, I mean, Reggie Steel is Reggie Steel. Anyone who's played Gen 8 knows what it does. I don't I don't know if it was better previously, but this thing just boosts up and it swoops you with body press. Yeah, or toxic. Yeah, there's nothing else to say about it. It's Reggie Steel. I got it because it works. Like the thing is, you beat Reggie Steel by like I don't know, bringing taunt or encore or whatnot. But then I have these like mons that have instant offense and they're only set up like you have. Oh, let me go. Like you have Gardevoir, you have Zeraora, you got Seismitoad. They don't they don't like require setup. They kind of just do what they do. So it's like the main idea there is to like you have to prep for Registeel. If you don't prep for Registeel, it's gonna sweep you. But it diverts resources from like the other mons. And I guess that was my mindset going picking this thing. And it also covers for like steel and poison types. But yeah, I think it works well with Furret too. Like you got to follow me and Registeel can set up. But that's pretty much it. Works like if if some team leads passively, I can just start setting up, go from there. Yeah, it's Reggie Steel. All right, next pick is yeah, my A tier and DD Mail. So I think at this point I was kind of looking at like the other teams in the drafts and I saw like I think it was Tom's team. It had like Drifloon, but it didn't have a terrain setter and he had enough points. I think he had enough points to get in DD. So I was like, oh, I don't want to get sniped. I didn't want Ndidi getting sniped, so I might as well take it. It was the only A tier mon that I cared about at this point. It was like the only A tier there that would fit on my team, I think. Like there is some anti synergy with like the fake out here, and then you got psychic train, but I think people forget that Ndidi also gets inner focus. And inner focus with Trick Room in prison, and it also gets fake out. Like I, I unironically think inner focus is decent on Indeedee. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna bring this thing every week. It's not something that's like it's not something like my Mega or Zero Aura that's gonna be coming most weeks. It's just an option. Like you have to prep. If you're not gonna prep for the psychic spam, then it might just ruin your day. Uh, yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I mainly got it because of the Psychic Terrain and Trick Room in Prison, but other than that, it's just yeah, it's just Indeed Mail. That's like the only thing it does. And then I got Crustal. Uh, honestly, I think at this point I wanted a something with Shell Smash or like Dragon Dance or something, and there was Crustle, so I figured why not just get Crustle. It it's decent. Nothing special about it. It gets Shell Smash, so I can put it next to Furret. High defense is nice, but yeah, I don't know. I might I might trade this thing away for something better because I do have 25 points, so I can get another B tier instead of this, but like it's there. It gets Shell Smash, and who knows, maybe one week I'll just it can sweep. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk much about it because it's not really that exciting or anything. Then you got Alone Executor, and this is like my slow Trick Room user. I looked at this Mon's move pool and I think it's pretty good. Like you got physical and special moves. You got like you can run either. Flamethrower is nice, especially for its typing. Uh, yeah, all dragon moves, the grass moves. Knockoff is nice. You get psychic moves. I don't know, you get lots of stuff. Like it has a good move pool. Well, I don't know why it gets Swords Dance, but it does. Like the Breaking Swipe, it just gets a lot of things. And I mainly got it because it's a slow Trick Room setter. I don't really have that, so it's a nice option. Like Trick Room's not a priority on my team. It's more of like a secondary option. It's kind of just like, hey, 1 week, I don't know, if the other team doesn't have a way to deal with Trick Room, I can bring it, but most of the time I'm just gonna bring like something super fast and just kill my opponent before they can move. That's the plan. Uh yeah, that like it I don't know. I need a dragon type and I don't have a grass type either, so it fit the it fit what I was looking for. It also gets Frisk and Harvest, which are like two good abilities. Um, but yeah, it's not like something coming most weeks. It's just a nice option to have. If my opponent can't deal with the Trick Room, then it's there. But like, I didn't invest much in Trick Room this season, because playing like last season, I had more Trick Room on my team, but it just wasn't as good. It's it's surprisingly easy to stop. Like even if you have follow me Trick Room, your opponent can just run lots of spread moves and stuff. After playing last season, I realized that Trick Room is not as good in this format because you don't have like Dynamax where you just kill like everything before Trick Room is over. So you're not gonna end up sweeping in Trick Room. So yeah, I don't think Trick Room is as good. And I do have plenty of ways to stop it. Like you got this and I don't know, you got Muck and Reggie Steel pretty good at welding Trick Room stuff. And Marowak. But yeah, anyways, that was my rant, and I don't know if it made a lot of sense to you guys, but to anyone that's watching. But yeah, if you're playing against me and you wanna know my thought process of the team, well there you go. You can use this to help you prep.